In 2011, Stewart Varney had on David Silverman and attempted to ambush him with a 3-on-1 pileup. This is how it went down.
Father Jonathan Morris told us that in times of crisis, many people turn to God. They turn to prayer for comfort. So what do atheists do? Joining us now is David Silverman. He is the president of American Atheists. It's an that's a question. What do you do?
We prepare. We prepare. Hands that help are better than lips that pray.
Have you no life outside your own physical self?
No, and neither do you. Nobody has a life outside their physical self. They just think they do. So in times of a crisis...
So that's kind of mocking people.
Well,
stating the truth is mocking people.
It's true,
isn't it?
We're not trying to mock. I'm not trying to mock anybody.
It's your belief. You are mocking people who find help and sustenance outside their immediate selves, who have a spiritual life.
There is no such thing as a spiritual life.
Of course there is.
There's a perception.
But that's your opinion. That is completely your opinion.
Well, that's why I'm here.
You invite David Silverman on to express his opinion, and then when he does, you say, that's your opinion. Who else's opinion would it be?
Can't make an objection. What we do... Wait. You're not going to get on a soapbox and teach me how to be a good atheist.
You asked.
I am telling you, you are not expressing an objective fact. You say that a spiritual life does not exist as if it is a fact that you're stating. It is not a fact, it is an opinion.
Everybody on this show, every single one of them, is expressing their opinion. So to say that that's your opinion is kind of a meaningless, ridiculous, empty statement to make. And actually, it's more than an opinion when David Silverman says we very much are only our physical brain. We know this through evidence. We are the physical brain. We know what happens when there's chemical imbalance within our skull, when there's brain damage, brain deterioration. It can change our personalities. It can change our memories. Very strong evidence that this physical world is all we have.
Okay, so if you want to believe in an invisible man in the sky, you can do that, but that's not going to get me to say that's valid. You can call it mockery if you want. I'm telling the truth.
So what do you do? You don't appeal to any other authority. You prepare. You get candles in, or
yeah, we get candles. We
get
candles. We do everything. We make plans. We make backup plans. We do everything that's utterly possible to protect ourselves and our family, and if we can, to help our neighbors.
I think you live in poverty.
He lives in poverty. He just said, prepare when a storm is coming. We know that saves lives when people prepare. How is that living in poverty, and how does that have to do with anything that he said? Noah Stewart Varney didn't counter anything that Silverman just said about the importance of preparation. He just blurts out, you live in poverty.
I really think you live in poverty, because if you think that this world, your life, is just preparing with candles and batteries, and has no life outside your immediate physical self, I think you're missing something.
I think you're living in a delusional world, and I think I'm living in a real world, and you and I are going to disagree on that. But right now, I would like to say that people should act like atheists when it comes to a natural disaster. Prepare, prepare, prepare. Okay? Do whatever you can. Come up with a plan. Come up with a backup plan. Act like atheists. Act like there's no God.
That is...
Yes.
Roman Catholics can prepare for earthquakes, too, believe it or not. We buy candles, we buy water, and we happen to say prayers at night.
When did David Silverman say that Catholics didn't prepare? Amazing how he's being attacked on some fictional thing he never said. But apparently that's all these people have. They have to dream up things that never happened in order to attack him, because they have nothing to attack him based on what he's saying.
And if you want to say prayers, that's fine. But as far as we're concerned, keep your eyes open all the time. Keep your ears open all the time.
You're right, because Jews don't keep their eyes and ears open. Buddhists certainly don't keep their eyes and ears open.
Okay.
He never said that Jews and Buddhists don't keep their eyes open. This is unbelievable.
Part of this looks like keeping your eyes and ears open.
Oh, now that's mockery.
I'm sorry.
Now that's mockery.
I'm sorry. You're here. You're attacking me. You asked me up here to talk about
you. You've already told us that we're fools for believing in an afterlife.
Did I?
No, he never called you fools. Make up some more things that never happened that you can try to attack him with.
Say the word fool?
No, you said delusional.
Yes, delusional.
Delusional, holding a belief that's contradictory to reality. That is not the same thing as calling somebody a fool or stupid.
Well, that's close. Very close.
Okay, there is no man in the sky. If you're thinking that there's a man in the sky who's actually sending a hurricane our way, that's fine. I don't think that's a good God to pray to.
We don't
but
believe
that's fine.
in a man in the sky. We don't believe like that.
An invisible man god in the sky who's jealous and loves to smell of burnt offerings.
Many people do.
We don't, no. They don't believe
Is your God sending a hurricane this way?
They have a spiritual...
A little screechier, please.
Right. So could your God stop the hurricane from coming here?
No!
He's not all-powerful then.
That's not why you believe in an afterlife.
That's not the
why
question
you
I
believe
asked.
you have a spiritual life. I don't believe in a spiritual life so that someone could stop hurricanes.
Is this woman even paying attention to what the discussion was about? She is completely coming out of left field. And she doesn't believe that an all-powerful God can stop a hurricane? And if she doesn't believe this, why is she advocating that people in a time of storm pray to a God that can do nothing to save their ass anyway?
I asked you if you think God could stop the hurricane from coming.
But God didn't create the hurricane from coming. So why would he stop it?
He could have stopped.
Hold on.
This is what all-powerful
No, he could
means.
not.
Wait. Dave Briggs has something to say.
Well, all right, let's take a priest in Ocean City, Maryland. Let's just make an example. He's praying for his parishioners to be safe throughout the weekend, all the while boarding up the windows of his church.
Right.
He is blind.
He's
How
delusional.
so?
He's delusional. He's boarding up his...
He's praying for the safety of his parishioners throughout this storm.
And he's delusional
while boarding
to think
up the windows.
that his prayer is actually going to have an effect. It won't. The storm is coming. His parishioners are
How
going
could you say that? Prayer brings comfort to so many people.
So do drugs.
And just because it doesn't bring it to you doesn't mean it's not right.
Heroin brings comfort to a lot of people, too. It doesn't make it good.
So great response by Silverman. But we're talking about preparation in time of a crisis. Who cares if something makes you feel good? That is a completely ridiculous emotional plea. I mean, imagine a man in his house. The storm is coming. Instead of boarding up his windows, he just prays. The storm comes and his windows get blown out. His body gets pierced, impaled by shards of glass, one of them hitting a major artery. And as he's dying, he can say, well, at least that prayer made me feel better.
Poor comparison.
It's an exact comparison.
Everybody,
It's not a spiritual comparison.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are flat out of time. We wish you well preparing with your candles and batteries.
And we'll be fine. And please prepare.
Okay. Yeah. We will.
Rock and roll.
David Silverman, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
So not only was David Silverman able to survive the avalanche of nonsense, he cleaned house, he whipped everybody, and what a really amazing job. I mean, just imagine being in those circumstances, being in an interview where you're as soon as you say something, oh, you're mocking people, you're attacking people, you're calling us fools, and just being accused of stuff you never said, having stuff completely come out of left field that had absolutely nothing to do with the discussion. I mean, I can't see how he could have handled himself better. That's absolutely amazing. For the people interested in debate and argumentation, this is the kind of thing you should be watching. Look at how David Silverman handled himself. If you can do that when it comes to any debate, you're going to be just fine. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this. This is Jim Wall. Until next time.
Cisco, do we have to leave all our good friends now? Only until next time, Pancho. Adios, amigos.